Yeah, so here we are. I've got this app called A to Z something or other. Wait a second, I'll find out the name of it. It's recording everything. A to Z screen. Anyhow, you go onto the Play Store and you get this thing called A to Z screen, and it'll record your screen. Now, I've got what do you call that? A Surface Pro. And this is my Android phone. So on the Android phone, if I run the speed test, which I'll do sort of our control thing here, and if I get it the right button, it'll maybe work for me. There we go. So you run that Oakley speed test. You get the app off the store, off the Play Store, and you run it, and it connects and does all that kind of stuff, and takes a minute or so to go through it. And you see that the speed here comes up around. I'm in rural internet stuff, and I pay a subscription to my internet provider to give me 15 down and 5 up. So 14 down, and sometimes I get a bit better than 5 up, and sometimes I get a bit less than 5 up, but usually around 5. So I'm going to use this as like a control to show you what happens next on my Surface Pro. I've had Surface Pro problems wondering why the speed test wasn't working right. Now I've got to figure out how to turn this off. Okay, now here I am on my Surface Pro, and this is a new Surface Pro, and so when I got the upgraded Surface Pro with lots of memory in it and a faster processor and all that kind of stuff, and I thought to myself, on my older Surface Pro, which was a 4 gigabyte memory, and what else, it had just like the slower processor. I thought it was just a Surface Pro problem, but it turns out it isn't a Surface Pro problem. And I've loaded up the speed test from the Microsoft Store, which is down on one of the buttons in the bottom of the machine here. So if I go and get the speed test thing, where is it? Way up. Right here, you click on speed test, Then you click on go. And here's what'll happen. It's pretty slow compared to what the phone did. And now it's showing like 3 megabytes per second download. And it does this fairly consistently. Sometimes it gets a bit better, sometimes a bit worse, but this is through the Surface Pro running the speed test from Oakley from the Microsoft Store. So when I finish this test, I'm going to then delete this program, and then I'll load it up in another way with the there's a choice there. So there you go. You got 3.52 and 3.20 on the download. So now I'm going to just stop recording for a minute. Yeah, here I am back again. Let's try some more here. So I'm going to go and delete this thing. So you press the button to get your settings, and then this screen here comes up. I don't know if you can see all this on the recording or not, but then you go over to apps and go down to find the Surface Pro thing, and there it is, or the speed test, and just uninstall it, and that's pretty simple, right? Gone. So now next is to go and find that damn thing on the internet somewhere. So I'm going to go and do a search for speed test. By Oakley. There it is, right there, that one there. Sure enough, you get this speed test by Oakley, the global blah 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 broadband speed test. So I go to that site, and don't know what's going on here. I thought I was just going to download it, but apparently I've got a thing. I'll just go on this and see what happens here. This is the one that's hooked up to the internet. So it's like right off the browser, and it's around 13. And the download will be around 5, which is what I pay for. Like I pay for 15 and 5. So, oh, look at that, it's up at 8, but it'll come down to around 5. Which is right, the way it should be. Now that's on my Surface Pro, the new one, which just showed the same program, but not working with the same results. So there, I'm happy with that, right? But now I wanted to have the it on my Windows. So you get this speed test for Windows. So if you click on the get it from Microsoft, it'll go to the store. But if you click on this thing down here using the 64-bit version, and then down in the bottom of my machine here, it's downloading. It's gonna be a minute or two downloading, so I might clip that bit out of the video. And as it downloads, it's coming up with an MSI file that you just, I'll click on it later and it'll install it on the machine. There, now I think it's ready to install. I'll just show it in the folder. So here it is, Speedtest Oakley 64, right? Now the way I'm capturing the screen stuff is OBS Studio thing. This thing here works pretty good for capturing the screen. Anyway, that's another story. So, oops, sorry. Double click on that and it's going to go through its install. Welcome to the speed test, and next. And sure I will, and yeah, I'll install. And I understand everything. So there it is. It's got it on there, and it's going to just launch because that's what it wants to do. And I've got on the big screen here. I didn't want the big screen. Oh, I guess, but I'll make this a bit smaller window so it'll fit into this recording device a bit better. That's about the right size window that I like. So this is the one that's downloaded for the 64 processor. And here we go, like we're up at 15 and 16 on that one. And it'll waver around, but it's like way better than 3. So how come? Anyhow, but that solves the problem. I've been wondering about this Surface Pro thing for ever since I've had a Surface Pro. And I've never been able to solve the problem, but this kind of solves it. So I'll use this speed test from now on because it seems to work much better than the one you get out of the Microsoft Store. That's all about that for today. I hope this has answered some of your questions. From all the questions I have are answered okay for this, and I'll just use this one. Bye for now.